I always thought true horror would announce itself, creaking doors, ghostly whispers, things like that. But when the new podcast I subscribed to started narrating my day in real time, fear snuck in quietly, like a shadow just out of sight. It was uncanny at first, hearing my morning routine described with unsettling accuracy. He pours his coffee, forgets to stir in sugar, checks his phone for messages that never come. I laughed it off, thinking it was some elaborate prank, maybe an immersive ARG. But by noon, the podcast started to predict things before they happened. It told me I'd spill coffee on my shirt before I even reached for the mug. It described the argument I'd have with my boss, word for word, before I even received a call. By the afternoon, I was glued to my headphones, unable to turn off the narration that seemed to be scripting my life in advance. The voice was calm and clinical, never betraying emotion, and it always ended each segment with, "Stay tuned for tonight's episode, it's going to be unforgettable." Tonight, though, the podcast did something new. The episode started as usual, but as dusk settled outside my window, the narration slowed, the silences stretching longer. He listens, heart pounding, waiting for what comes next. Tonight, he will remember what he did. My skin prickled. I tried to think, had I forgotten an appointment? A date? But the harder I tried to remember, the more my mind slipped away from the answer, as if something was blocking it. The episode ended abruptly with a line that made my blood run cold. He thinks he's forgotten, that the truth is waiting in the dark behind him. I turned, heart hammering, but the room was empty. At least, it looked empty. The last thing I heard, before the app crashed and my phone screen flickered to black, was the narrator whispering, "He's almost ready to remember what he did. And so are you."